spanner in the works. Brad, just how's the team reacted to the news out this morning?
Yeah, look, obviously it's really disappointing for Foz, Plum, Jack Dave and now Stormy, who've been looking forward to this week for a long time and now won't be able to be on the ground. But certainly working away in the background in terms of how the team is, we're seamless. It's not an unforeseen event, is it? You know, COVID has been around us for a couple of years now, and we've planned for what will happen in this situation and these types of incidents. So right now we're just preparing for Ireland. Plum and Foz have been zooming in and connecting in, and you know, Fiki takes over an on the ground role with the forwards, and and we just connect really closely and make sure that we're getting ready to play Ireland.
Is that about all you can do with those guys who are out? Just have them beam in via Zoom and join meetings and stuff like that. Can you give us an idea of how this week will work?
Yeah, I think it's really good to have an understanding that the way the team is set up and the way that Foz has set our group up, there's a huge amount of trust amongst everybody to A, be able to do their job, and B, what it looks like if you're not available. So we've got wonderful leaders, we've got outstanding management, and we will put the week together no differently to we would in any other situation. So yep, there'll be a few phone calls and check-ins. A meeting at the beginning of the day of coaches will involve Plum and Foz as normal. A meeting at the end of the day will also involve them as normal as well. They just won't be in the room physically with us.
You just got it gone down as well, is it?
Yep, and Stormy literally about an hour ago has tested positive, so he will also be in that Zoom space. But look, I think you know, the aspect of the team is really important, that we're just rolling on. We're getting ready for a huge and exciting challenge of Ireland, and we need to put the pieces together to put that performance together on Saturday night. And individually, we really feel for those guys who have been knocked over at the moment.
So when it comes to Saturday, will anyone actually kind of take on like an acting head coach role as such?
So Foz is the head coach and remains so, and he's doing that now. How that looks at the end of the week, we'll deal with that once we get past the beginning of the week. So those sorts of things will start to bubble away. We've got Joe Smith coming in tomorrow and Thursday to help out. We need hands on the ground, and that's a wonderful resource. You know, who better to have than Joe to come in and cast an eye over a little bit of detail and then put a shoulder to the wheel there for us.
Joe, and was that pre-planned, or was this a bit of an emergency call-up in light of these events?
I know. Look, as I say, that this has all been it's planned for. It's not an unforeseen event. So working out who's available and who might be able to help in different situations has been discussed, and then you put it together when you need to.
Can I ask Brad how you're feeling?
I'm feeling, first of all, again, really disappointed for those guys. I personally would be gutted if that was for me. You know, we've spent a lot of time in preparation and ready to get into this week. Hugely exciting, and so that's my first feeling. Secondly, I'm really confident that with the machine around us and the way that it's been set up, is we won't miss a beat.
Can you just clarify on Ian and John? Are they a chance to come back for game day, or?
Well, I suppose they're a chance, and that's something that this works through with the doctor as to what the timing is of all their first symptoms and the tests, etc. So we'll work that through that at the end of the week.
Brad, is there any prospect of any more players adding to this list, or are you confident it's be reasonably contained?
Well, a question really can't answer, because it's the same as there's a prospect of any of you guys picking up COVID or anybody, and we're not testing as such, but certainly if someone's symptomatic, they're isolated and rat tested.
With David Havili, mate, most of us assumed he'd probably a good chance to start in the midfield on Saturday. How much of a reshuffle does that mean in particular, that midfield?
So I haven't stepped into the selector's role, and I won't be. So it's not a question I can answer either.
So how will the selection work if they can't be at training?
Who do you mean?
Like Fozzie and Co.
Yep.
Like the team lineup for Saturday.
Yep. So we'll go through the normal scenario of the team will be named internally when we always do that, and the preparation will be no different to normal. So it's not something that the next 12, 24 hours where all of a sudden a team comes together. I'm sure the selectors have worked out what their group would likely be, and then if there's changes to be made, they'll be making those. But everybody prepares to play.
Brad, flipping that question around then, if Quinn Tupaea is needed to start a test, what have you seen from him last year and so far this year that indicates he's ready?
Wow, well, I think everybody's ready. It's a really, it's a group that I'm very, very excited with. The squad, and Quinn's no different. He's had a season of Test rugby under his belt. Thought he did some really good things on tour last year. Big, strong boy. He's a confident athlete. Does the work and backs his skill set. Pretty much ticks a lot of boxes for me.
And informed too from what you've seen.
Yeah, look, absolutely. Like I say, he's a confident athlete. That breeds form. Form breeds the confidence, and it becomes a really nice cycle that keeps going around. So anybody who's picked to put the All Blacks jersey on this week against Ireland is going to be doing a great job of it.
How much of a setback is this in a week as big as Ireland?
Look, it's not ideal. I think we can accept that and be honest with that. But like I say, we've planned for it. We could expect that something will happen at some stage that is not ideal, and then it's focus on the job at hand, which is to put the week together and get ready those final touches for an awesome test match on Saturday night at Eden Park. Like it's super exciting, and we know there's a lot of work that we need to do now between now and Saturday to have the lads ready and fresh and ready to go.